Kia ora Rotorua, welcome to City News. Just ahead in tonight's bulletin. Waiariki MP Tururoa Flavel happy with Takutai Moana Hui held last week. 60 Bay students received Dillon scholarships. And faster broadband internet will soon be available in Rotorua. Those stories and more in detail tonight on City News. Last night, the controversial Takutai Moana bill passed its second reading in Parliament. The bill is a replacement for the Foreshore and Seabed bill that was passed into law by the former Labour government. Māori Party MP for Waiariki Tururoa Flavel spent last week holding a series of hui about the Takutai Moana bill in the region. Mr Flavel says he hopes the hui had allayed fears in the Māori community about the bill. And he told City News that he thought he had achieved his goal.
I've just recently been on the road for about a week, been everywhere throughout the whole of my electorate at least, all the way down to Te Kā, into Ruatahuna, down to Taupo, Turangi and into Tauranga. The general view is that people have appreciated the information that I've been able to take to them because of the misleading statements that have been public. Not everybody has access to all of the information, and so I've been able to give them the overview, and generally been, let's say they've been supportive of the view that the Māori Party will be doing the two things it promised: repealing the bill and restoring the right to go to court. So those two things have been important and been able to have been followed through. So generally, people have been okay with it. They accept that that we haven't got everything that we wanted, but they also accept that there's a political reality, and they've appreciated the fact that the Māori Party has moved on the promise that we set ourselves.
The bill is due for its third reading in Parliament next week. Rotorua residents keen to help Cantabrians still struggling with the aftermath of the devastating quake will have their chance on Saturday the 19th. Quake Aid is a city-wide collection of non-perishable goods organised by the Rotorua District Council's business unit, Castle Corp, with the help from community groups, local businesses and individuals. Maio Katavik from Castle Corp says he's expecting Rotorua Quake Aid to be one of the largest collections of its type ever seen in the region. Residents are encouraged to leave goods at their letterboxes from 2 p.m. on Saturday the 19th. Preferred goods include canned and dried foods, long-life milk, disinfectants and toiletries. Drop-offs can also be made before the day at the Rotorua District Council Civic Centre or the District Library. 60 Bay students with significant disabilities have started this year's study with extra incentive, having been awarded Dillon scholarships by Bay Trust. The Trust has committed a total of $123,500 to the successful applicants. 9 Rotorua students have received $18,500 in scholarships. Chair Peter Blank says there was a 45% increase in the number of applications received by the Trust. He says the committee was delighted by the increase and were inspired by the enthusiasm of the applicants. The scholarships recognise the particular efforts that people with significant disabilities have to make to obtain tertiary education and the extra financial costs they have. Past recipients of the scholarship have mentioned the great assistance and difference the Dillon Scholarship makes to their lives and to their families who support them. Applications for the Dillon Scholarship close on the 31st of December each year. Faster broadband internet will soon be available to Orcon customers in Rotorua, with the company announcing it will be unbundling the Rotorua Exchange by the end of the month. An Orcon spokesman says that faster services in Rotorua are ready to go, but not yet live, but that customers may be able to soon sign up for services. The Orcon offer means double download speeds and the ability to stream higher quality audio and video. The unbundling in Rotorua follows on from yesterday's completion of the Palmerston North Exchange. And in sport tonight, despite Saturday's rain, the Te Hiku o Te Ika Māori Rugby Tournament at the International Stadium offered entertaining rugby to a wet but excited crowd. However, results from the matches didn't go the way of the Northland visitors, as many had expected. In results from the day, the Northland seniors lost to the Bay of Plenty 5-12. In the Colts clash, Northland struggled to maintain a first half lead and were outmuscled by a physical Waikato forward pack going down 33-15. Meanwhile, it was a one-sided affair in the women's match, Auckland crushing Northland 35-0. There was a silver lining for the defeated Northerners, however, with several players from each of their sides chosen to represent the region in clashes against Central on March the 19th in Palmerston North. To weather now. Tonight, fine, overnight a low of 8. Tomorrow, Thursday, fine, light winds, a high of 21 and a low of 8. Long range through to Friday, more fine weather and light winds, a high of 23 and a low of 11. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua tomorrow, Thursday. Variable 5 knots tending northeast 10 knots in the late afternoon. Waves below half a metre and fine. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, I talk to employment advocate Paul Blair. Irene Begg has advice on dealing with the trauma of the Christchurch quake, and David Charlton and Brett Cleverly tell us about the concept behind Community Chest. City News returns right after this break.